Welcome back to another collective reading. If this video has found you, there could very well be a message of support and insight and clarity here for you to help you come unstuck in a particular situation. I am speaking to a very particular collective, as I usually do with my particular collective readings. I usually connect to a very specific situation in order for me to be able to deliver, the kind of clarity and insight to help transform this situation, unlock it, help it move forward. If you've landed on this particular reel or reading and you have absolutely no idea what a collective reading is, I also want to be able to speak to you guys because there may be something here for you. But a collective reading basically is, as an intuitive, I can pick up on and connect remotely to the energy of a particular situation for a group of people, i.e. a collective. And the energy of a situation basically means I can connect to the unseen patterns, the unseen or the truths in a situation. And by doing that and bringing that to conscious awareness, I can help the individual in this particular situation or this collective get really clear on actually what is happening and what needs to be done in order to continually move this process that they're in this situation forward and closer to completion, integration, and manifestation. Hopefully that makes a lot of sense. That's a lot of words, but I'm going to dive right into this reading. This specific reading is really, really powerful because I have a beautiful relationship situation here, and we all know that relationships, are mirrors for us, especially when we're in a really deep relationship. I feel like the collective I'm speaking to, you are with someone who you know is your soulmate, who you know is someone that you've either married to, you've been with a very long time, you really deeply care about. But I'm actually looking at a situation in which there's a lot of tension right now. There has been problems, there's been potentially unfaithful things happening, and it's caused its own challenges. But what I feel like this reading is really here to do today is to pull the focus out of all of the reasons why the relationship is broken down and can't exist and can't continue because of all these things that have happened, and actually tune you into why it's happening in the first place. So what's actually happening through this situation is I feel like the dynamic in this relationship before was very enmeshed, and both people involved, maybe through the intoxication of this deep connection and the love and the passion, that's gone through its ebbs and flows, is actually looking for maturity now. And the funny thing is, it's not looking necessarily for maturity in the relationship, but more what the relationship is reflecting as to what is actually needed of the individuals involved. So for you specifically, as the individual involved, what you're actually needing here is, and craving and really wanting, is the independence that you feel like you can't seem to get in the relationship. But you're only not getting that in the relationship because you're not sort of sure of how you can communicate this, how you can actually be really, if you had to be 100% radically honest about the type of individual that you are to this other person and what that would look like to be in relationship, that's really what I feel like this situation, this relationship situation, and the tension that's involved is actually asking for. If we strip away all of the stuff that's happened and just focus on why it's actually happening, this is really what this reading is all about. And I'm really feeling here that the way you recommit, or the commitment itself, doesn't need to be so rigid. It doesn't need to be so static. It can actually be something that works individually for the both of you guys. And maybe this situation and relationship is looking for transformation in terms of the way commitment, is happening. You guys may still want to be together, but may want to open the relationship, or maybe the conversation needs to be had around that because you want to explore life together in a very true way to yourselves as individuals, but together in some shape or form, is what I'm really seeing here. The important thing is, you guys will need to decide, if I know that's what's really important for you, is that how do I be the individual that I really want to be? I feel like the relationship, or you feel like the relationship is really, slowed you down or is preventing you from doing that, but that's not actually the case. It's really just reflecting back on you what you truly desire for yourself. If you could hear anything in the background, my cat's just going a little bit crazy. But anyways, that's probably the most crystal clear version of events or truth that I can kind of speak into right now. And actually want to just show you one card that's come out today, and this is the Align Your Life card, right? And if you just look at the individual in that particular card there, I mean, they're having to put back the pieces of themselves, right? And as they put back the pieces of themselves and understand their own needs and wants and desires, who they really are, their life comes back into alignment. But in the context of this reading, we're talking about, can you do that and recommit to the relationship that you're in with this very special person that you're connected to, and do that together? And how you do that together is going to be open for interpretation to connection, or how you come back together and recommit. But the most important thing is you recommit as two individuals that are going to put themselves first, strangely enough. And so when they do that, the relationship begins, the passion reignites again. The relationship now can work in this new season of the relationship. So the previous dynamic that the relationship was in is done. The new one now is asking for a completely new recommitment, which actually starts with the recommitment to yourself as individuals, and be able to communicate clearly to the other person who it is you are, what you really want and need from the relationship, but also yourself. And then how can you do that together? I'm going to leave the reading there. As once again, if you want me to connect to your personal energy and a personal situation, really go into that with you, so I can personally guide you. The link is in the bio, and